Carly drops DNA bomb on Michael. Sasha's reaction says it all. General Hospital spoilers. The morning sun glistened over Port Charles, casting a deceptive sense of peace. Carly Corinthos stood in the kitchen at the Quartermain mansion, clutching a sealed manila envelope that had haunted her for weeks. Inside it, the results of a secret DNA test, proof that could tear relationships apart, upend lives, and change Michael's future forever. Sasha Gilmore walked in cheerfully, laughing with Michael Corinthos about Wiley's most recent artwork. She had no idea that the foundation of her world was about to be rocked by the truth Carly had kept hidden for months. Weeks earlier, Carly had overheard a hushed conversation between an anxious lab tech and Dr. Portia Robinson. It was about a mismatched paternity result flagged in Sasha's medical record. Intrigued and concerned, Carly paid a private lab to run a secret DNA test, one she didn't plan to act on unless it became absolutely necessary. That time had come. The results confirmed that Sasha was not biologically related to the woman who claimed to be her late mother, nor to the man listed on her birth certificate. But the shock didn't end there. Sasha was the biological sister of Michael Corinthos. Carly had spent weeks agonizing over the envelope. The implications were terrifying. Michael and Sasha had once dated seriously, even planning a future together. Had Carly just uncovered a horrible accident of fate? She consulted Drew Kane, who urged caution. You might blow up more than just their lives, he warned. This could rip apart the Quartermains, the Corinthoses, Port Charles itself. But Carly couldn't live with the guilt anymore. If there was even a chance Michael and Sasha were siblings, he needed to know, before anyone else got hurt. That night, Carly asked Michael to meet her at the boathouse, away from the house and prying eyes. Michael arrived, casual and unsuspecting. But when he saw Carly pacing, white-knuckling the envelope, he knew something was wrong. What is it, Mom? He asked gently. Carly handed over the envelope with trembling hands. I didn't mean to find out, but once I did, I couldn't unsee it. Michael opened it, skimmed the document, and froze. This says Sasha and I are siblings? Carly nodded tearfully. I'm so sorry. I couldn't let you keep living a lie. Michael was still reeling from the revelation when Sasha walked in. She had followed him, concerned by Carly's urgent tone when she called. She walked in smiling. Everything okay? Michael stood, his hands shaking. Sasha, we need to talk. Sasha sensed the tension and grew still. What's going on? Carly stepped forward, her voice thick with emotion. Sasha, I found something. A DNA test. It proves that you and Michael share the same father. Sasha blinked rapidly. No, that can't be right. That's not possible. It is, Michael whispered. We're siblings. The words hit Sasha like a truck. She stumbled back, hands to her mouth, as memories of her passionate relationship with Michael came flooding in, each one now twisted and horrifying. No. That's sick, she cried. We were in love. We almost got married. Michael tried to steady her, but Sasha recoiled. You knew. He shook his head. Just now. Carly told me just now. Sasha turned to Carly, wild-eyed. Why didn't you tell me sooner? You let us date. Oh my God, I feel disgusting. The news spread quickly. Brooklyn overheard Sasha sobbing in the mansion hallway and pressed her for answers. By evening, Olivia, Drew, Willow, and even Sunny knew the secret. Tracy Quartermain, furious about the scandal and its effect on the family's image, cornered Carly. This is why you don't play God, Carly. You just blew a hole in this family with your secrets. Carly, shaken but resolute, replied, I did what I thought was right. I couldn't let them keep living a lie. Sunny confronted Carly later that night at her house. You took it upon yourself to run a secret DNA test on Sasha without telling anyone, he growled. That's not just reckless. That's violating her life. Carly shot back. Would you rather she marry her own brother? Sunny was stunned silent. Heartbroken and emotionally shattered, Sasha checked herself into a private mental health retreat. But she also hired a private investigator to dig into her real parentage. In a stunning twist, the investigator uncovered a bombshell. Sasha's real father was not Sonny Corinthos, as Carly suspected, but Ned Quartermain. Dr. Hamilton Finn, at Sasha's request, supervised a second DNA test using more secure methods. The results were back within days. This time, the report clarified, Sasha and Michael were not siblings. The original test was a lab error. Carly had received results from a cross-contaminated sample. The mistake had caused weeks of agony, and the damage was already done. Sasha returned to Port Charles and demanded a meeting with Carly and Michael. "You destroyed me," she told Carly. "You let me believe I was sleeping with my brother. I lost weeks of my life." But it wasn't even true. Michael was relieved, but still devastated. "So we're not related?" "No," she said. "But that doesn't change what we lost." Willow, trying to support Michael, also confronted Carly. "Do you even realize what you've done?" she asked. "You let a lab error dictate their lives. You acted on a hunch and traumatized Sasha." Drew, too, kept his distance from Carly. "You should have waited for confirmation. You acted like a soldier in a war that didn't exist." Carly was alone again. Despite the trauma, Sasha began to heal. She used her platform as the face of deception to speak publicly about the dangers of medical mistakes and misinformation. Her speech at General Hospital's fundraising gala brought the house down. "I lost myself because of a lie," she said. "But I found strength in the truth. We all deserve to know where we come from, but not at the cost of who we are." Michael, haunted by the ordeal, poured himself into work and parenting Wiley. He and Sasha agreed to remain friends, but a romantic reunion was off the table for now. "I need time," Sasha told him, "to forgive myself, to trust again. But I'll always care for you," Michael replied, "and I'll always be here, whatever that means now." Isolated and guilt-ridden, Carly considered leaving Port Charles. But Bobby's memory, through a touching letter found in her old purse, gave her clarity. "You've always done what you thought was right," the letter read, "even when the world didn't understand. But sometimes the hardest thing is not protecting others, it's trusting them." Carly stayed. She apologized, sincerely, to Sasha. "I'll never forgive myself for what you went through, but I'll fight for you to have peace." Just when Port Charles was beginning to heal, a new twist emerged. The original lab tech who had messed up the first DNA test had vanished, and evidence suggested foul play. Was someone sabotaging Sasha on purpose? Was the mistake really a mistake? Dante began investigating, and when he pulled surveillance footage, he found something chilling. Gladys Corbin had been at the lab that same night.